I think one of the most remarkable things you've done is just your recent show with on bulimia.
Yeah.
And I remember when I saw the advert for it, I just thought you were the presenter. I didn't realize it was about you suffering from bulimia, because it was just the most amazing thing that you did to come out and talk about it, because it's the only way people can understand it or realize that people do suffer from it. But unbelievable to think that you were going through that in your career. And when I watched the program and you were telling about how often you were doing it, and it was just unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it was a strange one because I put a lot of weight on in my late teens and then tried to lose it. And my lifestyle wasn't brilliant, so I'd have a few drinks and I'd be sick. And then it just crept in. So you have food that I didn't want to eat, so I'd be sick. And then everyone noticed I was losing weight, I was getting better, everyone's happy. Then it just got more and more and more. And even to the point, at cricket grounds, you come off at lunch and then you have your lunch and then you throw up. It makes it a bit harder going out to bowl in the afternoon. Well, I shouldn't laugh.
Was it all completely under the radar? So do you think like
Yeah, I had to plan it.
unbelievable?
I did like a recce of the bogs before I got in. So like the home grounds, don't you? But when you're in India, you having a look round. And I promise you, they give you curries at lunchtime. That's spicier on way out than way in. So it did make it harder. And I think in some ways, that was one of the appeals a little bit as well, was I like things when they're hard. I like them to be harder. And then the satisfaction of doing well when you put yourself through something, even though I wouldn't advocate that. No, it was different, but nobody knew. Nobody at all. It was like even my closest mates have come back and said, we didn't know. And I said, well, you wouldn't do, to be honest. I was sneaky.
It's just I honestly still getting over that fact, because when I was watching the show, like you say, to be able to live that life, to play at the elite end of the sport, but be able to physically do that, and to also have the burden of keeping it on the quiet, and obviously you wouldn't want anyone to know about it either. But
the best thing is, Eddie, is like the cricket field for me was the best place ever. No matter what's happening, I got done in the news of the screws a couple of times, didn't I? And all I wanted to do was get back out on the cricket field. Whenever anything in my life was struggling, I just wanted to get out there, because as soon as I walked over that line, whether I had the Lancashire Rose on or the Three Lions, I was like Clark Kent taking his glasses off. You can walk out there, and I'm in this world which, all right, I might be acting, but I love it. I love the crowd. I love the challenge of it. I love the pride of what I
Did all those worries just disappear when you went on there? I mean, you talk about the bulimia, the media, the physical pain. It's just that was as soon as you stepped out there, they'd go. Or were they carrying a burden in your performances later?
A lot of the time they went. There were days when they didn't. And I remember we played the World Cup in 2007, and it was during the pedal and everything else was going on. So I was not in a great place, and I was playing in Barbados against the West Indies. I got a wicket, and I just had no emotion. I didn't know why. Why? I had no energy. I was lethargic. I got a wicket, and I didn't celebrate. I didn't know what was going on. And people talk about depression and they talk about happy and sad. If I'm sad, I can handle that because there's a reason. If I'm happy, obviously you're fine. With depression, it's different. It's just like grey. There's nothing. You just got nothing about you. And I played on days like that, and that was so difficult. Just dragging yourself through, just personal pride.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.